YouTube? It's me, Jess, and I'm an opera singer. Today's video, I am hopping on the Disney train. This is We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto. Now, just a disclaimer, I have never seen this movie. I have no idea what the plot is about, and I have no idea where this particular song lands in the movie. So I will be taking this out of context. With that being said, let's go.
What if you didn't understand what he saw?
Then you better figure it out because it was coming for you.
We don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no.
Woo!
We don't talk about Bruno. But it was my wedding day.
It was our wedding day.
We were getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
No clouds allowed in the sky.
Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin.
Thunder.
You're telling this story or am I?
I'm sorry, mi vida go on.
Bruno says it looks like rain.
Why did he tell us?
In doing so, he floods my brain.
I will like the umbrella.
Married in a hurricane.
What a joyous day, but anyway.
We don't talk about Bruno,
No, no, no.
we don't talk about Bruno.
Okay, let me pause here. Again, never heard this, so I don't know where a good time to pause is. One, I love how they're taking the name Bruno and then turning it into a command. So Bruno, the pronoun, the person's name, ends in N-O, and I love how they're taking that last syllable in Bruno and then turning it into a command. No, no, no.
We don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no.
I don't know who Bruno is, however, this person seems very important to the storyline, and I want to talk about the very beginning. So I have the sheet music. So looking at the very beginning of this music, the first words, we don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no. Love how that starts off the song. It sets some sort of tone that we're talking about someone very important, and not only that, we're going to not talk about him. Very interesting. And the very first lines hover around E flat and C, and they go back and forth. I want to know who is the person singing the woman in the yellow dress. Actually, I'm going to look that up. Carolina Gaitan. Okay, the character's name is Pepe Madrigal. I've never heard Miss Carolina sing, so this is my first impression. And what I love about her tone is the breathiness within her tone and how she's able to carry that breathy characteristic in her middle and upper range. So now continuing on into the next section of the song, she sings We Don't Talk About Bruno for the second time. And you noticed on that held out D natural, you got a lot of nice breathy tone, which is perfect in this tessitura for her voice.
Then you better figure it out because it was coming for you.
We don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno.
Then, as soon as she goes on to sing, but it was my wedding day, all of that breathiness left the voice and she just got straight to the tone, and it was super pure, and it was exciting to hear, for me particularly, on the word cloud.
It was my wedding day.
It was our wedding day.
We were getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
No clouds allowed in the sky.
And I think why that was such a special moment is because looking at the sheet music, you've got quite a bit of movement, a lot of 16th and 8th notes. And then on the word cloud, you get a tied 8th note, meaning it's going to be held slightly longer than any of the other words except for day. So I think because of that tied 8th note and the longevity of that note in comparison to the rest in the phrase, and the fact that she was singing with such a pure tone on that B flat, just made a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous note in general. So I have no idea what the character's name is who is dancing with Pepa. However, I love the tone of his voice, mainly because it actually reminds me of a character. It doesn't sound necessarily like someone's natural singing voice, but more of a take on how they feel that character would sound like. And for me, that brings the character even more to life just because it's such a distinct characteristic.
We're getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in
gotta give props also to Disney. The animation is spot on. I swear it seems like it gets more realistic every year. The characters look so real. Also, the sound effects are really good. I don't know if it's my headphones, but it actually makes the storyline progress in such a, oh my god, I need to keep watching way. And then, of course, the camera work and the visuals is spot on. I wouldn't expect anything less from Disney. It really is great.
What a joy to stay, but anyway, we don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno.
Ah.
Live in fear, Bruno stuttering or stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand. It's a heavy lift with a gift so humbling. Always let the boy in the family fumbling, grappling with prophecies that couldn't understand. Do you understand?
Oh my god.
So long is back when he calls your name, it all fades to black. Yeah, he sees your dreams and his song screams. We don't talk about Bruno, no, no.
Yes.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yes. Okay. The characters, I feel like I'm a kid again. So one I loved, I don't know the character's name, but the one that kept transforming me with the rats on his back and he had like the evil eyes. I'm really digging the fact that every character sounds and almost looks like the age too. So I got more of an adolescent sound in this particular character with the weird transformations and whatnot. Can we go back to Homegirl? In like this underground castle, mezzo quality. I've got to figure out who she is. BRB. She's in Orange is the New Black. That's right. She's a singer. Adasa as Dolores Madrigal. Just the richness and the presence. That's what it is. So distinctive. There's only been 2 females that have sang so far. You hear how much of a difference their voices have. So Miss Carolina, who is singing as Peppa, has that breathy quality within her voice, but she is not bringing it as consistently to every note as Adasa. Now, Adasa can afford to bring more of that earthy breathiness to the tone because of where the notes sit within her tessitura.
We're getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
Just loud in the sky.
Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin. It's a heavy lift with a gift so humbling. Always let the boy in the family fumbling, grappling with prophecies they couldn't understand.
And she's got this soul edge factor that it just took me off guard, and it was so nice. Such smooth transition.
Loud in the sky.
Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Hey, grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering or stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. Do you understand?
7-foot frame, right so long is back when he calls your name, it all fades to black.
I was entertained throughout each one, and I didn't feel confused. Just before this, looking at the music, most of the music was moving in 8th notes. We don't talk about Bruno. Then, the transition, I don't know who the character was, but the character was spinning as they were dancing. You heard the sound effect of wind and her hair moving, and then that quickly transitioned into where we are now. The words are,
Grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering or stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand.
man, when you look at this sheet music, now you've got consistent 16th notes all over the place. And I like how the end of the phrase slows down a bit by going from a bunch of 16th notes to an 8th note, then a 16th note.
Grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering or stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand.
It kind of gives this forward drive and then kind of stop for a second, and then we're gonna go back down and jump right into a quick next section. You heard that?
He told me my fish would die the next day. Dead. No, no. He told me I'd grow a gut, and just like he said that all my hair would disappear. Now look at my hair. Your fate is sealed when your prophecy is read.
He told me that the life of my dreams would be promised and someday be mine.
Ooh.
He told me that my power would grow like the grapes that thrive on the vine.
Oye, Mariano's on his
He
way.
told me that the man of my dreams would be just out of reach, betrothed to another. It's like I hear him. Hey sis, I want not a sound out of you. I can hear him now.
Bruno.
Ah!
Yeah, about that Bruno.
Oh my god, okay. We're hearing, like, I think the main character for the first time. So what I'm gathering from this Bruno character is that he seems to be making a lot of promises to people, and the promises are coming true. Like the guy who said he was going to grow a gut and then he did. I feel like this is just confusing for me because I have no idea what the storyline is about, but I'm trying to catch on. It's a very wordy song. Lots of characters just all over the place, coming in and out with their cues. Let's talk about this scene with the character who is coming down from the swing with the pink light. So what I'm really appreciating is how every character is just having their own moment within the music, and every moment really intertwines with the scene before. Like I said, nothing sounds out of place, out of the ordinary, or just random. Now, I see the person who portrays Isabella, and her name is Diane Guerrero. She plays in Orange is the New Black. I had no idea that she could sing. She has a young, youthful quality to her voice. She's using a good amount of straight tone, and she has a good amount of brightness. And then it was cool to compare that tone to the character that came just after Dolores. So Miss Dolores has much more of a rounded out, darker and richer tone, and you can really hear the quality of Miss Dolores' voice when she sings with vibrato. And what I've noticed is Dolores has more vibrato coming through her voice than Diane, who has a more youthful and brighter sound.
He told me that the life of my dreams would be promised and someday be mine. He told me that my power would grow like the grapes that thrive on the vine. He told me that the man of my dreams would be just out of reach, betrothed to another.
Now, I don't think one is better than the other at all. I'm just honing in on the two different sounds to see how they fit the character, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Making sure the character gets across the scene well. Fantastic.
Not a sound out of you. I can hear him now.
Bruno.
Yeah, about that Bruno. I really need to know about Bruno. Give me the truth and the whole truth, Bruno.
Isabella, your boyfriend here.
Time for the end. Pull my way down the right.
He's back when he comes
The sound in the sky.
Wow.
He told me that my power was growing. You telling this story or am I? Or is somebody else on his way?
Yes.
He's here. Why did I talk about Bruno? Never should have brought up Bruno.
Oh expecting, so the main character's name is Mirabel. I was not expecting the character's voice to sound the way that it did. I was expecting a much more, let's say, youthful, maybe, I don't know what I was expecting, but the character's voice, which is played by Stephanie Beatriz, she has a much more seasoned sound, and it sounds older than the character looks. I've never seen the movie, so I have no idea how old this character is or even what her role in the movie is. So I am totally taking this out of context and just what I see on screen. So that whole polyphonic moment where all of the characters were singing their own themes and lines at the same time, I was trying to hone in on every character, but because I don't know every character, and this is my first time hearing, it was rather hard. It was nice to hear the familiarity. Their theme was recognizable because they had such a strong moment within the song prior to this very, let's say, complex and a lot of things going on with all the characters at once. Because I felt like I got that relationship with them before earlier in the song, I was able to hear a theme within this section and say, oh, that sounds familiar. And in fact, that actually sounds like this character. And I can picture the character. That was just a nice, subtle touch. If you liked all that you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Please comment down below what other Disney songs I should do a performance analysis on. Lastly, make sure you check out the description box for ways you can keep in touch with me, get access to exclusive perks, and or take a lesson with me. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!